All right, let's go. Uh-oh. Get in here, get in here. Well, what is popping, everybody? So it is time to get into some things. We chilling here on this good Saturday. You know what I'm saying? I have me a little lemonade. Um, and I wanted to kind of come on here and get into some things with you guys because I know a lot of this Will Smith stuff broke when I was absent. So we really didn't thoroughly get to really get into it. So I at least want to, kind of go through what's kind of been going on now. And I want to actually open up the call in line. So if any of you guys want to call in and give your guys' opinions, the lines will be open. Now here's the tea. We probably won't be here long. We'll probably be here a little bit, but I just want to get into it. So for me, it's given Will Smith is given blackballed. Do y'all agree? Do you think Will Smith should be blackballed? In my personal opinion, I felt like, here it is. It was coming. If you guys watch my video or any of my other videos, I totally do not stand with Will Smith. But listen, you guys can. And if you do stand with Will Smith, I want you to call in. But, at this point, I'm almost thinking, is Will Smith's career over? And if it is, to a certain degree, does it matter? He's accomplished so much at this point. Does it really make an impact? I mean, I could see if it was Michael B. Jordan, but Will Smith is already an icon in a movie, in a television, and acting legend. So at this point, does it really matter if they are canceling so many of his shows and upcoming films? Does it matter? Is Jada Pinkett worth it? So let's get into somebody in the comments says, they lost a lot of respect for him. I was talking to my dad about this the other day. And my dad said that he had lost a lot of respect for Will Smith. And I think the problem is, and I hate to say this, guys, but I feel like if Will Smith would have slapped one of them white men, I think more black people would have been with it. But Chris Rock, black people love Chris Rock too. So it was almost like, I think people would have been disappointed at, Will Smith just going up to the Oscars at the white people's establishment and doing something like that. But then you did it to another black man, another iconic man of our time. I've known Chris Rock. I've known Chris Rock's work ever since I've been a child because I grew up watching it. My dad, was a huge fan of Will Smith, Chris Rock, all of those guys. So like we always had to watch, anything that pertained to those guys, movies, comedy shows, television shows, whatever, And so those are two actors amongst many other musicians and actors that were just prominent figures, actors, musicians, comedians. They were prominent figures in my household and in my upbringing. Like I definitely have been knowing Chris Rock since I was a kid. You know what I mean? As far as his work and from my parents watching him and my parents loving him and things like that. So it was interesting to hear my dad say that he lost a lot of respect for Will Smith. I mean, because of what Will Smith, kind of did. And, to be honest with you, I could see that, that was a little bit of a disappointment. And also, I think that he let a lot of the community down. You don't go slap Chris Rock. Come on. And then it also made people feel like, well, you knew who you can play with. Like you wouldn't have slapped Steve Harvey, or you wouldn't have slapped, you wouldn't have slapped Cat Williams. You wouldn't have slapped, somebody that you felt like would have got. You wouldn't have went up there and slapped Kevin Hart, or would you? And let's be very clear. You wouldn't have went up there and slapped Jim Carrey or any of these white men because they would have definitely sued you. Jay Leno, Ellen DeGeneres, well, obviously not Ellen, but you know what I mean? You wouldn't slap any of these people. What's the Tonight, Jimmy Fallon? You wouldn't go slap him. Um, and so I just kind of feel like people feel like that was a sucker move by Will Smith. And he's kind of getting, listen, I think a lot of black people, I don't think a lot of people really fool with Jada, y'all. And I think that the fact that it was over Jada, people are like, to hell with you. You know what I mean? So let's just get into these articles. Like, I just want to show you guys something real quick. I mean, it's just all these articles, it's never ending. People saying, let's talk about something different. This is what everyone's talking about. Will Smith films reportedly paused by the studios and wake up Oscar slap. That was huge. You cannot just let that go. Will Smith tried to try cleaning up his Oscars moment, but it may not be enough for some studios who've got projects planned with him, as his career seems to be getting halted for now. At least a couple of films of his were supposed to be in the works for the time being, and they're getting kicked to the back burner. Both Netflix and Sony quietly pivoting away from firing up production on Fast and Loose, and the latter hitting pause on getting things going for Bad Boys 4, per sources cited by the outlet. Okay.
Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is.
Let's see. What happened here? Let's just get it.
Wait to see it, all right? Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it, all right? That was a nice one, okay. I'm out here, Richard. Wow.
Wow.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Wow. 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 Did you guys see that? Wow. A lot of you guys are saying you guys didn't get your notifications. That's why I said it's important. You know, I've been gone for a couple of days. This is why it's important for you to have your notifications set for, and then I uploaded 3 videos. I'm out of the algorithm right now. So you guys got to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube. I mean, follow me on other social platforms so that you're able to get these notifications, child. But wow. Okay, so anyway, where are we at now? For Fast and Loose, Will is set to play the head of a criminal organization who suffers memory loss, Bob, whatever. So yeah, pretty much they are saying no. They are halting productions on 2 of his movies that they have coming. Denzel Washington has spoken out seemingly in the defense maybe of Will Smith. Okay, Denzel Washington explains the devil quote after Will Smith Smith's Oscar slap. Okay. Denzel Washington says he immediately turned to God after the Chris Rock's Oscar slaps, which is in part why he invoked the wicked one when chatting with Will Smith. The legendary actor explained that he meant Saturday when he told Will Smith, at your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you. It was during a leadership summit with author and pastor T.D. Jakes, in which Denzel Washington had been invited to speak on his faith. But Will Smith tried to use that kind of like towards the Chris Rock situation, as if Denzel had pulled him aside and just said that.
There's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. Wait a minute, I'm not done now. You know, the devil goes, oh no, leave him alone. He's my favorite. right. Yeah. Conversely, when the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right. And for whatever reason, the devil got a hold of that circumstance, that night. And
so the devil got a hold of Will Smith that night because Will Smith was trying to do something good. And was that justified? What was he trying to do? Maybe he was getting the Oscar, perhaps the Oscar. So then he had to go slap the living hell out of Chris Rock for making an alopecia joke. Yeah, I don't know about that, Denzel. I'm not with it. Chris Rock's brother had something to say as well. Tony Rock goes in hard on Will and Jada over the slap. Let's see what he said.
Absolutely nothing. Because if you think you're going to walk up on this stage, this ain't the motherfucking Oscars. And if you walk up here, you ain't nominated for these motherfucking hands. Oh, we on pop the rest of the year. Every time you see me do a show, pop. I ain't want to start the show like that. What, here's my brother? Because your gave you a side eye? Oh, it's a lot of rock brothers. Y'all ain't know it's a lot of rock brothers.
Well, listen, and I get it. He over it. And I would be mad too, but I mean, what could you do? You know, that's a situation where it's like, you just hit my brother, but you know, let's talk about what would have happened if Chris Rock would have retaliated. It would have been two wrongs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been wrong for Chris Rock. Like, Chris was literally in a lose-lose situation in that exact moment right there. You know what I mean? He would have looked a mess. So I understand why Tony Rock is feeling some type of way. I'd be pissed too. And I would dare Will to come up here and or anybody associated with me with Will to come and attack and want to fight and feel away, because that is ridiculous. That's embarrassing. So I would have felt away, but I just feel like for Chris Rock, you know, he handled it well, but no grown man wants to feel like they were smacked by another man in front of his family, in front of his friends, in front of, you know, people that respect and care about him, in front of the world. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think I think that right there, I don't know, man. You know, it's hard to be like, oh, I'm standing with Will, because Chris Rock is another one of our legends. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't get to do that. That's not cool. And so Will Smith, you know, why you that's giving ego. That's you thinking that you larger than life. And I don't know if you really fell into that role of, you know, Venus and Serena daddy, and you really felt, you know, protect your family. But this wasn't the moment. This wasn't really the moment, guys. This was not the moment. Now you're allowing white people to have an opinion. Okay, so Bill Maher steps in and he has an opinion on the alopecia joke. Let's see what Bill Maher has to say. Give me a second. It's just crazy, y'all. And then anytime you start allowing white people to be able to have an opinion on what we got going on, it's like we've already done we've already went too far.
Can I ask about alopecia? Because I must admit, when I saw the thing on TV, then I go to the Vanity Fair party, great party, and then I didn't hear about it till then that she had, but you don't know she had alopecia. And I had heard this word, but it was vague in my mind what it was.
Uh-oh.
So I went like, oh, well, that's a very different thing. And then I found out what it is, and I'm like, oh, no, it's not that different. I mean, if you are so lucky in life as to have that be your medical problem, just say thanks, God. It's not life-threatening. You know, it's part of, for most people, 80% of men, 50% of women, it's part of aging. Aging is, trust me, I know, it's the degradation of the flesh. It happens to all of us. And, you know, just put on a fucking wig like everybody else at the Oscars.
Now, that's what me and my sister was talking about. My sister was like, who cares? Like, it's not that serious. And see, I didn't want to go too hard on that because I knew a lot of people were not going to be able to understand it. So maybe they'll take it from that perspective. But alopecia is not that serious. It's really not that serious. So, and it's definitely not that serious to lose millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars over. Public humiliation, have now to be removed from the Oscar board, be blackballed for a woman that was cheating on you and embarrassed you, for a woman that you're in an open relationship with. That's ridiculous. Let's see. I'm going to open up some of these call lines so y'all can call in and give y'all opinion. Okay? The number is going to be 563-999-3658. I want to hear what y'all got to say. Because I've gave my spiel on this. It's just ridiculous. And I think that at this point, Will Smith is blackballed, and he should be. I mean, I love Will Smith as an actor, but I lost a lot of respect for him, too. Like, you just don't do that. And then it's over Jada. It's just like, what a joke. You guys are a freaking joke. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Hold
Your
on,
show
hold
now.
on.
Press 1 to hear.
Your show is scheduled to start in 37 seconds.
So you guys want to call in? Am I saying a black man should be blackballed? Yeah, absolutely, for being an idiot. Yeah, I am. I'm definitely saying that. I'm definitely saying that. He's dumb. He needs to learn a lesson. Absolutely. You don't go and slap somebody on the stage, especially when your wife is over there laughing. Black, white, whatever. You wouldn't hit a black man at the Oscars.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
You didn't care. Let's be very clear.
2, 1.
Let's be very clear. You didn't care. You didn't care about how that black man that you slapped in the face, how he was going to be perceived in front of the world. You didn't care if that black man, if he would have fought you back, what that would have done to his family and his career. So you damn right he should be blackballed because he wasn't considering nobody but his own selfish self. You think I give a damn if he's black or not? You guys, you got to be out of your freaking mind. Are you crazy? You did this to another black man. Get out of here. You guys are ridiculous. All right. Hello.
Hey, Armon. How are you?
Hey, what's going on? Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. There is a video of Chris Rock that a fan had took right after the incident. And I've seen his face, the look of shock, and it was almost like trauma. From my understanding, Chris Rock was bullied growing up, and it affects him. And it was like to see his face after that moment. That right there sealed the deal for me. You know what I mean? Will Smith. He. I think I wouldn't be surprised if him and Jada, especially with the footage that came out of Jada when he did it and her response, her laughing. Yeah, they're pretty problematic, and I think he should be done. I think he should be completely finished. No one really defended Chris Rock like that. It was all about what's going on with Will. You know what I mean? Oh my God, why did he do that? And no one really. It seems to me like the Oscars kind of threw Chris Rock under the bus a little bit. You get what? Hopefully, you get what I mean.
No, just you got to just say it. Just tell me what you mean.
Okay, so they tried to say that he said he didn't want Will Smith escorted out, and he didn't want this, and he didn't want that. When really it was up to them. It was their event. They should have handled it accordingly. But they're trying to play it safe, and they're basically throwing Chris Rock under the bus. So he should be completely finished. Whatever his issue is was between him and Jada. It's a wrap. He needs to go. Rightfully so. He needs to go. He just basically humiliated that man in front of the entire world. So he needs to go.
Absolutely. And that has nothing to do with skin color. You didn't care about humiliating this other black man. I hate when black people do that. So we need to cancel the black man. Absolutely. He did this to another black man. He literally humiliated this man in front of. You think Chris Rock wants to sit up there and be looked at as a punk? I mean, yeah, no. You could have done the right thing and played your role, and this is your job. But deep down, I don't know if he got kids or whatever, or nieces, nephew, but everybody and women and just in general, people looked at you, nigga, you let a man get on stage and slap
Chris
you
Rock
like a hoe.
Daughters,
yeah, you let another man slap you like a bitch. Yep. You know what I mean? I wish I would. I mean, I'd rather die than sit up there and just let somebody beat on me like that in front of my and embarrass me like that. But he had to eat that.
One interesting thing, see, Hollywood is something else. That a movie that Will Smith won the Oscar for, the movie flopped. And I think I'm willing to, and with him trying to connect what he did to the father, and then the father comes out and says, no, I don't believe in anything like that. It was like he was trying to still promote this movie, if you get what I mean.
Yes.
That really flopped. It flopped. I mean, he did a great performance in it from what I've heard, but it flopped in terms of the box office. So it was just like, it's like Chris was the one that they chose to, that he chose to flex on like that. And Chris is what, about 5'10", small guy. It was messed up. It was just a big old bully. It's sad, but I'm going to go ahead and go. But I thank you for having this show. Thank you.
Thank you. No problem. Okay, let's take another call. 7860, you're live on the air.
Yes, hello?
Yeah, what's going on? Talk to me.
Hi. I believe the main reason everyone's upset with the way Jada kind of pushed Will to react that way is because we watched Will Smith sit on the red table talk and pretty much watched Jada humiliate him, right?
Yeah.
Our whole August Oscar month there. And he had to sit there and take that because August was going around telling everyone. And he's like, you know what? Let me protect my wife and family and squash the scandal. So to think that your husband did that for you, but you can't take a ball hit joke while he receives his Oscar, an Oscar he should have had a long time ago. He should have won an Oscar for Ali, I Am Legend, Pursuit of Happiness. Your husband's been snubbed for years, and you can't take a ball hit joke. I'm like honestly disgusted with Jada after this point, and I feel sorry for Will. I honestly just feel sorry for Will. And of course, Chris Rock has my sympathy because he took it like a G because no matter what he would have done, he would have lost out. So
he would have lost out.
Financial security.
Yes,
so at least he's
I
winning
agree
monetarily, if not anything.
And then at least he didn't make, because all these people talking about, I'm team Will. Could you imagine if Chris Rock would have been and retaliated? We would have looked like the niggas. You know that what that would have done, made black people look like, and you black people probably would have been out there like, it is what it is, it had to be done. This is why we can't get into spaces. What if Chris Rock would have retaliated like many of us would have done? What then happens when we are not invited into these spaces anymore? Niggas is fighting at the Oscars?
Mm-hmm.
And of course,
And then
you know what I
another
mean?
thing,
Could you have imagined that? They would have found a way to ostracize black people as a whole from those type of events. They've already tried to do it. They've been trying to do it for years. And, you know, they're just waiting for a reason to just get us out of there completely.
and we just gave them one. And
Well, I
another
think
thing, this
we
isn't a
did, but I
protected
think it would have been worse if Chris Rock would have retaliated.
Instead of one disgraced legend, it would have been two.
Yeah.
And plus, this wasn't a protect black woman moment either. So,
No.
Sorry.
No, this definitely wasn't a protect black women moment at all for me. This was this wasn't the time for that. Because it wasn't that serious.
It really wasn't.
Okay, thank you.
All right, well, thanks for your time. Have a great show.
Bye. All right, 3119, you're live on the air.
Hi, Armon.
Hi.
Hi. I just wanted to say, you know, when it comes to Chris, everybody's talking about Jada and this alopecia. Jada don't have no damn alopecia. She got damaged hair. My mother has alopecia, and her head is as smooth as a baby's butt. But they're talking about her and her alopecia, and nobody talks about what a lot of people don't know is that Chris has a disability. He has a disability that's something like, and you can find things of some interviews when he discusses, it's something like Asperger's disease or illness, where his condition is actually called nonverbal learning disability. So when people question like how he responded, that disability has an issue with how people respond to physical cues, which might help explain how he didn't, you know, come off like maybe a so-called normal person may be, you know. But Chris saved that show. If it wasn't for him, he's doing his job. I don't know how people can question about the joke that he made. It's all of them are jokes. All jokes are slightly insulting to somebody. And saying that what do you call it? G.I. Jane. G.I. Jane back in the day, some people may be too young to know. G.I. Jane was the bomb. There's nothing insulting about saying you were G.I. Jane. But what's his name? He was barely holding on to his black card. But it's definitely revoked now. Okay, and I'm so glad that Tony Rock came out. I don't know if you heard him, and let him know that it's on.
Yes.
That Chris has 10 brothers. Okay, they're from the Bronx, not the Bronx. They're from Brooklyn. Okay, he won't even know what rock runs up on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not advocating violence, but I think that Jada and Chris are too far removed. And when you want to talk about protecting the black woman, protect a woman that first protects herself.
Oh,
she degraded that man so bad. You know what I'm saying? She degraded that man so bad. So, you know, all this thing about queen. A queen's crown is earned. And that's just the way I see it. I'm proud of Chris. He's insulted me back in the day.
Oh, child, girl, we ain't got time for that.
You know what I'm saying?
What did Chris say about you, child?
Let me tell you.
5 seconds. Just get it out. What did he say? What did he say to you?
Okay, he called me buckwheat.
Oh.
Okay, but people always said no, but that didn't even bother me because the audience laughed at him because they used to always say I look like Jasmine God. But when you at a comedy thing, I want to be roasted. I want my money's worth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
True. That's true.
So anyway, I just want people to pay attention to say something about Chris's challenges that he's lived with all his life and screw Jada with her hair.
Thanks, boo. Have a great night. Okay, it's the buckwheat for me. Buckwheat was an ugly motherfucker too. 2790. You're live on the air. Thank you for the super chat to the top.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I made the show.
Yes, you made it. What's going on?
Okay, first of all, let me just say I love your show. I love you.
Thank
I
you.
love your commentary. You're absolutely amazing. And I know people say they're getting tired of this discussion, but it bothers me to my soul because when it first happened, what I was seeing people saying and how they were championing Will, I'm like, am I in the Twilight Zone?
Yeah.
Did they not witness the saw? But I think that Will is under mind control.
Here we go.
Jada Spaghetti. Because it just was a weird flip. It was weird how he was laughing, whether he likes Chris or not, and how it flipped to the point where as soon as her eyes rolled and they cut to him, it just wasn't that much time for his energy to shift in such a way that he would make such a low IQ decision as to walk up on the stage and slap another successful black man on a night that he has worked so hard for his whole career.
They even complained and they complained and didn't go and boycotted the show and all kind of stuff.
All kind of stuff. Just to be on the front row to then do this about a G.I. Jane joke? I don't know. I feel sorry for Will. I feel sorry for Chris. I think Will is actually a victim of an abuse relationship. And I think we need to be hoping that he gets out of this soon. I know there's been a lot of people saying, oh, they think he's gonna possibly have a breakdown soon, whatever. But Will is under mind control and he needs help.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling in, Bo.
All right, thanks. Have a good night.
Bye. It's the mind control for me. 9470. You're live on the air.
Crazy. I just feel so.
Hello? $23.05. You're live on the air. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Global Explorer says, I'm late, but I'm big fan of your show. Love your story times. Thank you. We got more stuff coming. I just wanted to kind of catch up, make up for a little bit of lost time, guys. 2305, you're live on the air.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Okay, first of all, I feel like you guys have all lost your mind.
Okay.
This really isn't. This is really getting blown out of proportion, way beyond what I would imagine. Anyways, so the joke was about Jada's hair, essentially, if we strip the joke down. So now that we know the joke is about Jada's hair, was it really all that funny? Was it really all that worth it for you to get smacked in the face like that over some hair? Like, it wasn't even funny. So, and we know how much hair means to black women. So you're kind of losing me with there about, oh, it's hair and she should get over it and she should just put a wig on.
So by your logic,
especially
and wait, hold on. So I've lost my mind, and here we are on the world's biggest night, on one of the biggest stages of the entertainment business, as black people, black people. Black people, since you're talking about, a woman's hair being it, let's talk about black people.
The respectability politics, get out of here with that.
Okay, well then let's talk. Let's get the hell out of here about black women and them giving a damn about their hair. Let's throw all the respectability politics out of here. Here you are trying to pander to this black woman hair narrative. Then let's talk about it all on a night where we're celebrating black people, where these two people, Will and Jada, boycotted the Oscars because he hadn't won an Oscar yet. You decide that you want to get your panties in a kerfuffle and go and slap somebody on stage and overshadow the whole night that you guys have whined and cried about for years. Does that make any sense? Over some hair?
This isn't just somebody. This is somebody who's been going at Jada since the 90s. This is someone
Again,
who's been disrespecting.
does that make
your
any sense
wife
over
for
some
over
hair?
2
Does it?
decades.
Listen. Does it make sense to lose millions of dollars from Netflix and Sony to prove a point to slap somebody because somebody was going
Where has
at
he lost?
Jada?
Where has he lost all this stuff at?
Okay, so did you not hear that they are? Okay, so you just like to talk, then you don't like to.
Okay,
do
one of the
research.
films. Yeah, no, I do. Stop being funny. One of the films they lost the director, so that's why they put it on pause. The second film, he's going to therapy. That's why they put it on pause.
So you
if
don't
you're
think
gonna
that?
read things, read the
So
whole
you don't
entire
think that?
thing.
Okay, no. So you don't think that you don't think that Will Smith is going to be losing money because of this?
Absolutely not. I don't think he's going to lose anything at all. I think he has more stuff coming down the pipeline.
Okay. Well, with that being said, you're
Like, come on now, and then.
so you're justifying
Like, come
it.
on
So
now.
this makes sense
Let's
to
be
you.
funny. I know,
So this makes
no,
sense to
This
you.
is what I'm saying. I don't justify him slapping Jada. He shouldn't have did that. And as far as him nervously laughing, you can pull the clip up again. Look at who else was nervously laughing. The joke wasn't even funny. It was about Jada. Look, Jada.
But
she's false.
again, I don't give a damn if the joke was funny or not. It's a joke, and he should have gotten over it. Comedians tell jokes. What the hell are we talking about? It's 2022. Since when can comedians make jokes? Get the hell out of here.
You're right about that. But the thing is, he wasn't even hosting, and they didn't even write that joke in. He was supposed to tell one joke, then get to the presenters, and then hand the award to the dude, whatever his Questlove.
I don't know if we know that to be fact. I don't
So
know. I don't know all the details in that.
You took the risk on your own.
No,
And
you
granted,
took the
we
risk
all
on your
agree-
own to
we
get up
all
there and like
agree-
a
we
fool.
all agree
Let me
he
tell you
shouldn't
something.
have
No,
gotten
hell
slapped.
no, hell no, no. That's crazy. So you're telling me the risk was Chris Rock hasn't lost anything. Chris Rock hasn't had to resign from anything. So the risk was
The same
Will's
way
risk.
Dave Chappelle hasn't lost anything, and I thought that was hilarious that you brought that up.
But Will
Dave Chappelle
Smith
didn't
is
lose goddamn
losing
thing.
stuff.
Dave Chappelle got more.
Will
special.
Smith is losing stuff.
And so why are we still mad though? If you feel that he deserves to get these things lose, if he deserves to lose things and he deserves to be humiliated publicly, why are we still mad and talking about this?
Well, no one is mad, but we're talking about it because it's news. Why the hell did you call in about this?
Oh, don't try to flip it on
I
me.
mean, you know what I mean?
No,
it's like,
no.
what? I mean, when people
No,
say
I
that, it's
see
like,
what
what the hell are
Jeff-
you?
I
What do you
get
mean?
what
Why
you're
are we
saying.
talking about it? Why are we? What we should be talking about it because there's people out there like you that try to say that the fault is on Chris Rock when his ticket sales and his price went up. Will is the problem. Will is having to
If he wouldn't
resign.
have told-
Will
if
has
he
got
wouldn't have
movies
told
and
the
deals
joke,
put on hold.
if he
This
wouldn't have told the
was not Chris
if he
Rock's
wouldn't have
battle
told
to
the
lose.
joke,
The hell are you talking about?
If he wouldn't have told the joke, he wouldn't have got slapped. Granted, he
Oh
shouldn't
my
have gotten
God.
violent.
Oh my God.
He shouldn't have gotten violent. But I don't think we should just be fucking publicly humiliating this guy either.
Thank you. Because I can't do this. You guys are a cackle. 2138, you're live on the air. Hello?
Hello.
Yes. Hey, what's going
Hello?
on? Yes.
Hi. How are you
Hi.
doing?
Good.
So I'm basically going to say that Jada is trash. I think she's a master manipulator. I think she's been manipulating Will since the beginning of their marriage. She has brung down this man on Red Tabletop, compared him to different men. Just brung this man down. And I think at this point, she's taking his career as well. I mean, it's way more than just hair or protecting Black women. It's Will being manipulated and teared down by this woman. And I definitely don't agree with that. I just think that he needs to divorce her or she's going to be his demise. So that's all I really wanted to say.
Thank you. 0848, you're live on the air.
Oh, hello, Armon. So
Hi.
this is my opinion. Will is a great person. He really is. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I believe Will is a great person. He's sensitive, but he needs to start trusting his own judgment. Like all of us, we've been following Will. I've been following Will since Fresh Prince, long time ago. But I remember, he has this one Facebook show or something, and I remember Jada was there, and he paused for a minute. He said, "Jada," he goes, we're on Facebook. He goes, "This is our bread and butter." In other words, chill out. This is our bread and butter right now. It was during the pandemic, so she kind of like paused, and they got distracted by something else or whatever. But it's like he needs to start judging. Trusting his own judgment. When you're in a marriage, no one can be each other's counselor. You have to go out for counseling for as long as it takes. It just seems like she's trying to be his counselor, a psychologist, a psychiatrist. It's like she's the one who's taking the lead in this whole marriage thing. But, and Will, of course, he wants to please his wife, and he doesn't want to be divorced for the second time, but he needs to understand that he needs to start trusting his own judgment. And if that's what it takes to be divorced for the second time, then that's what it is. I believe Jada's a great person too, but she's a strong woman too. But also, every woman and every man wants a strong partner, but sometimes we just got to accept, look, this is not working. Yes.
Oh, thank you, caller. I think I had dropped the damn mouse on an accident. This thing just be clicking and messing stuff up every time. I don't know what happened. Stupid phone. Sorry. Call back if you can, baby. Sorry. 7144, you're live on the air.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. I just want to start off saying I really appreciate your show. You're amazing. I'm so proud of you. You come so far. Jada is toxic as fuck. Like to the point of where
Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it here. It's getting a little wild. I don't know what's going on. The cause.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
But listen, I told you guys I was going to be here for a short amount of time. But I love you guys so much for calling in. We'll probably do a late night station head cackle kiki later on. But yes, I love you all so dearly. And we're going to get into some things. Okay? So I love you guys all. And I will see you on the next video. Okay? Because it does start to get a little ghetto after a certain time. I've noticed that we get on here. This is why I don't do a lot of calls on here. But I definitely love you guys, and I definitely will see you guys in the next video and on StationHead. All right? Peace, love, and hair grease, and I'll see you soon. Peace out.
Ooh, guess it's time I go my way. All the pain that you caused, moving on to